Hello everyone and welcome to another fun-filled video. In this video I hope to show you a very easy nail tutorial. This is the candy cane thumb that I did the other day. I didn't really show you guys in the first tutorial how to do it, so I thought I would show you a separate one just because this stencil is for your whole nail. Technically, it is easier to do a whole stencil in my opinion, just because it stays for a lot longer. But for the application, it is a little bit harder, I have to say, just because you have to form it to your entire nail and then you have to cut around the edge. So bear with me on those processes, but I do believe that this entire process is actually pretty easy. Right now I'm laying down some hollow. And there will be no boring nails today, children. I refuse. And after this step, I am grabbing my fan brush. I have one fan brush that I have been using lately. It was for my thumb initially. And I believe you can get these in any retail store. You can even use a makeup fan brush if you want to. I mean, oh my God, oh goodness. We're just gonna pretend like that didn't happen, kids. So next up, we're literally just grabbing our red nail polish. And I do recommend you actually start with white, because if you get any white on the red, then it kind of mixes into the bottle and you can't really see the white. But then if you get the red on the white, then it's a catastrophe. So do not take my representation into consideration, kids, because this is not very good. I also did notice that if you do blot the red first, that it does create this little red dot at the bottom, and then it's very hard to blend out later on. So don't do that, kids. That's not the way to go. I suggest white first and then red later. Okay, so in this clip, I am just swiping away. I would say no more than 2 or 3 swipes, because it does get a little streaky and it does start to blend together. And then it gives off that it doesn't really look like a candy cane. And then you do notice the stripes and the dots on the back. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is the reason why we layer white first. And I am going to do that next just to show you guys. And as you can see, there are no dots. Woohoo! So hopefully, if you're more patient than I am, you let your mold dry for longer than 20 minutes. And by mold, I mean stencil. And you want to make sure that you put a clear coat on these, because they will come up easier. And then I feel like this actually helps it in some way. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it seals it. I don't know. I really don't understand. But I do love to apply 1 or 2 coats of clear, because I really think it does help adhere to your nail later on. Oh my goodness, I'm so nervous. It's time to peel. Okay, so I like to take this from the corner, and yes, I do like to use tweezers. You can use your nail, but I do see that it bunches up this way, and the tweezers just feel so satisfying when you run them up and down. Oh, I love them. I know I have a problem. But then it should come up very, very easily, and it should feel like a very thin paper of nail polish. Like, it actually feels very flexible and ready to use. Okay, so this has to be probably the most difficult step, I have to say. I have to say it. Okay, so this part is a little difficult, so I would say just trim off the edges to get started, because you probably have a long way to go. I actually did notice that if you want it to adhere to your skin, to your nail a little better, then you probably want to keep these little edges on. I mean, I think that I actually have those edges on my thumb right now, and you can't really see them, but they do tend to bubble up a little bit, so that is the reason why I am cutting all the edges off of these. If you have survived that step, your next step is to cut them into 4 pieces, I want to say, depending on how big your nails are, and I'm guessing they're probably small. The only nail I have that's pretty big is my thumb, so I would say this might not work for your thumb or a middle nail or even your first nail, like my ass is describing right now. My goodness, this is so bad. Like, it's like not even covering my nails. So I switched to the pinky instead. And here's the technique here. So you're going to hold it down over your nail and kind of press, and it's literally going to make this little imprint of where your nail ends. So you're going to cut around that after you press down really, really hard. It's going to actually show you where your nail and where your skin begins, and you're going to cut all the way around that, and then you're going to place it to your nail and then just keep cutting. Try to make it as accurate as possible. I want to say you don't have to cut the edge, see right there, right away, because later on you can actually cut it after it adheres to your nail, and it's actually much easier to form it to your nail, I want to say, and I will definitely show you that later. Okay, so to apply, we have to apply either a clear or a hollow. Actually, no, don't apply hollow because you won't be able to see it. So apply a clear coat, and you want to take your stencil, and in this beautiful demonstration, I am doing an absolutely horrible job. This is probably like the second time I've ever done this, but I found that the best way to do it, like I said, is to stamp it on your finger all the way down and create a stencil, and then cut all the way around. Start at the base of your nail. So I noticed that starting at the base of my nail is definitely helping, but you do not need, like I said, to cut the top of your nail just yet, because sometimes you get it incorrectly, like I did. Like, look at this. Like, look, oh my goodness. Oh no. Do you see how I need to chop it off? Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's so much easier to just cut around the nail like so, and do not use a pair of kitchen scissors, kids, because my cuticle scissors are very, very dirty right now. So, oh my goodness. So I am doing all kinds of wrong here, but one kind of right that will actually be your saving grace is your clear top coat, kids. So if you get the corners and the top and the underneath of your nail where your sticker and your nail come together, then you will actually help it adhere. So at first it's really gonna look bulky and big, and you're like, oh, people are gonna tell that I made these myself and they're so ugly. But actually later on they will kind of melt in a way after the clear coat is applied, and it will definitely look a little better. So in this clip, I'm probably doing the best possible technique where I have already adhered the little application to my nail, and I'm starting at the base and I'm pulling it up, so I am preventing any bubbles that are going to form. You will most definitely see these bubbles, and these bubbles will keep on popping up. Do not be scared. And then after you have pushed it all the way down, for the most part, you can go ahead and cut around your nail. I found that this is actually so much easier to do because it's already attached to your nail, and then as long as you're looking at it like from a upside down view, you can cut it almost perfectly, honestly. Okay, so it has been about 5 to 10 minutes since I applied my fake little stamps, and they are actually doing much better. I noticed that they adhere to your nails in the corners a lot better when you actually put nail polish there. At first you're gonna be like, oh, this feels weird, I have nail polish on my fingers, but then if you take some acetone or nail polish remover, it'll get rid of that. And I also noticed that putting nail polish at the end of your nails will also help adhere it. It helps if you shape around the bottom of your nail first, put it on, and don't worry about the end, and then cut around the end. If you notice, I don't have the smallest scissors in the world, so you don't need a pair of cuticle scissors. All you have to do is get pretty close to your nail, put some nail polish, and then it will literally stick and adhere to your nail. And these are pretty cool. I mean, I've had this thumb on since yesterday. I did the Christmas tutorial yesterday, and I thought I would do a candy cane tutorial today because they are so cute. Like, look how adorable these hollow candy cane nails are. And it's do it yourself. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Comment down below if you want to see something else. I mean, I'm willing to do other ideas, but this is the first one that came to me, so let me know if you liked it, and I hope you guys have a great day. Happy holidays, everyone!